And you're with us here at the Met Park Sports Center in Pasay for the third of four knockout quarterfinals matches. This is between the JRU Bombers and the LPU Pirates. Joel Parcon on the call with you on this third of five games for today. And we have a matchup between the number two JRU Heavy Bombers and the number three LPU Pirates. For this is actually a very even matchup with only slight advantages either way. Both teams finished the eliminations 2-2, and both teams really technically, literally are mirror images of each other. It's just that LPU distributes their production more than JRU. JRU depends on Sean Salvador, who averaged 12 points in 3 games. Sean Argente got 10.3 points, and Alan Laurenaria 8.5 points in the eliminations. Meanwhile, for Lyceum, Renz Villegas led them but did not even average double figures with 9.7 points per game. Jonathan Daileg contributing 8.3 points and 5.3 rebounds, while Gael Montaño had averaged 7 points and 6 rebounds. Overall, these two teams are quite evenly matched, and it will be a matter of who gets out first here in this ball game. Of course, the JRU Heavy Bombers, coached by Coach Hernani Epundulan. Meanwhile, the Lyceum Pirates are coached by Coach Gilbert Malabanan, as we're just about ready to start.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here at Met Park Sports Center here in Pasay City as we bring you Ndsl Basketball Series second conference 25 under division do or die ball game featuring the JRU Heavy Bombers and the LPU Pirates. Now let us meet the starters for both teams. First, for the JRU Heavy Bombers. Starting guard number 44, Leo Peñaverde. To guard number 1, Sean Salvador. At forward number 16, Vince Sarmiento. Also at forward number 94, Justine Lozano. And at center number 21, Rance Benitez. The head coach of the JRU Heavy Bombers, Nani Epunpulan. And now let us meet the starters for the LPU Pirates. Starting guard number 20, Rance Villegas. To guard number 12, Josh Morolejo. At forward number 13, Gael Montaño. Also at forward number 24, Jonathan Taileg. And man in the middle, number 15, Genesis Aviles. The head coach of the LPU Pirates is Gilbert Palabanan. Officiating this ball game, crew chief Johnny Borja, upper 1 Rodan Lamprea, and upper 2 Francis Solem. This is your Ndsl Basketball Series, Liga ng Atletang Pilipino.
And we're now starting the first quarter. JRU getting first crack at the offense. And foul will be called on Josh Moralejo. Here's Salvador. Tries from the outside. No good. Rebound goes to Daileg. The Pirates swinging it around. They go to the baseline. Aviles. No. Good transition defense by the Pirates. At the corner. Shot is up and in for Lea Peñaverde. First points of this ball game goes to the Heavy Bombers. Here Salvador surveying options, goes to the corner, gets it right back. Triple is no good. That's Moralejo with the rebound. Moralejo to a streaking Villegas, no good there. And the Heavy Bombers will set things up. They go inside. Shot is up and in for Vince Sarmiento. Moralejo, the floater, off the back iron. He tips it to Villegas. Villegas, sidestepping move. Finally breaking the ice for the Pirates. Here's Lozano, goes inside, he's thwarted, denied, but the putback is there for Lance Benitez. Ball is pitched ahead but turned over by Jonathan Daileg. No good by Peñaverde there. Here's Villegas. Oh, nice. Getting in between the two defenders. Daileg with the basket. Fast and furious action here in the first quarter. Sarmiento attacks the defense. Hoists it up, no good. Montaño will bring it down to Moralejo. They get it down low. Big man shoots it, makes it, and gets a foul. That's Jen Aviles. Let's take a look at that last play. Moralejo got it to Aviles at the right place at the right time. That's the mark of a good point guard. Aviles will try to complete the three-point play, but too strong. However, Lance Benitez lost the ball to the baseline. The game is tied at 6-all. In the sky play. Moralejo really knowing his players. Daileg with the basket there. And the Pirates are now on top, 8-6. Peñaverde. Back to Salvador. Salvador gets it through, and foul will be called. Moralejo is called for a warning, and the foul will be on Aviles. Two free throws for Salvador. First one went in for Sean Salvador. He's 2 for 2. Montaño. They get it to Aviles once again. They see an advantage for them there. He's a little taller than the guys in yellow. Oh, that is basketball interference. Sorry, basket interference. Daileg. Let's take another look at what happened. Good lead pass to Lozano. And Daileg there a little late on the block. Moralejo gets it to the three-pointer doesn't go for, that is Montaño, but they get it back and Villegas with the basket. Salvador directing traffic. Gets a screen from Sarmiento. Popping out is Lozano. They get it to the corner. The three is up. Short. Sarmiento. Ball drops to him. And he gets the short hook. Montaño backdoor play. Villegas with the layup. And he gets a foul. Sarmiento calling the attention of his big man Lance Benitez. Let's take another look at that backdoor play. Renz Villegas cutting at the right time. Help defense was a little late. And this game is all knotted up at 12. Just like I said at the top of the coverage, this is an evenly matched ball game. Both squads averaging almost identical statistics throughout the eliminations. It will be up to who wants this more. Lozano, the elbow jumper doesn't go. Salvador comes up with the ball. Salvador challenged by Moralejo, but he makes the layup anyway. Seesaw battle ensuing. Aurigue, new player for Lyceum, and foul down low on Lozano. As Lion Palingayan checks into the game for Lyceum, as well as Paul Enal for Lozano. Jay Garupil also checks into the game. Villegas back to the inbounder, but Laurenaria is there to thwart that attempt. Oh, Salvador lost the defender. Triple just doesn't go. Laurenaria with the offensive rebound. Underneath, he's blocked on the second try. Foul is called. Foul will be on Gael Montaño. And he will given a rest as Jen Aviles will check back into the game. And now at the line, too strong and off to the right on his first free throw. Two players from JRU waiting to check in after this free throw. Harry Herrera and Ian Esguerra. But since Enal couldn't make the free throw, they'll have to wait. Garupil telling his teammates where to go. Here's Laurenaria. Open is Salvador for three. Short. Rebound going to Enal. Enal spins. Fires. No. Finally, Lyceum with the ball. Here's Villegas. Stops. Pops. It won't drop. Laurenaria bringing down the ball. Pushes it up. And asking for a clear out at the post was Sarmiento, but his kick out pass was a little too strong. So Salvador and Sarmiento will take a spot on the bench. Herrera and Esguerra will check in. Warning issued on JRU. Score is 14-13. And that is a triple by Barba. Gives Lyceum a 2-point lead. Here's Enal. Oh, his pass was off. That's twice that Garupil hasn't been able to field a pass from teammates. Barba. They swing it over to the other side. Shot is up. No. Laurenaria with the rebound. Garupil will bring it down. Enal up top. The passing of JRU is a little suspect. They need better passes. Laurenaria, shot is up and bounces out, but they get the offensive rebound as that's Laurenaria goading Aviles to a foul. Substitution on the floor because of the 2 fouls. Aviles will have to sit down as Marky Winters has checked into the game. Laurenaria is good on the first. Averages 70% from the free throw line. Rebound is picked up by Versosa. Here come the Pirates. Triple is on the way. Bounces out for Panapanaan. Laurenaria sails to the basket, but there's an offensive foul by Laurenaria. And Moralejo will check back into the game. Let's take another look at what happened. Laurenaria, just a bit of an extension with that offhand. Here's Barba. 36 seconds to go in the first quarter. Double teamed and loses the ball to the baseline. Sloppy basketball on both ends. Both these teams take pretty good care of the basketball. Lyceum only turned it over 13 times on average in the eliminations. Meanwhile, JRU only 14.8 times. Garupil to the wing. Laurenaria they get it to the corner. Shot is up. No. Rebound goes back to the yellow shirts. Enal underneath gets the basket. 3 seconds to go. Barba hoists it up and it's short. At the end of the first quarter, the score is 17-16. 1-point lead for the JRU Bombers. As we take a look at some highlights from that first quarter, that last shot, a no-look pass to Enal. We'll be back for the second quarter. This is the NDSL Basketball Series 2025. As we are ready to start the second quarter, the JRU Heavy Bombers are up by 1, 17-16. Joel Parcon on the call with you guys for this day of quarterfinals matches in the 25 under division of the Ndsl Basketball Series 2025. Moralejo missing on that attack. Here are the yellow shirts. Heavy Bombers. Laurenaria sails to the basket. Putback is there for Herrera. That first quarter finished with the Heavy Bombers up by 1. Here's Barba against the Laurenaria. Barba getting the shot up from in the midst of 4 yellow shirts. And cutting that lead back down to 1. Herrera for 3, no. Enal is there for the putback and in. Here's Ato Barba. Gives it to Winters. Triple on the way from Fuentes. Yes, sir! That's the first of this ball game. Sorry, the second of this ball game. Ato Barba had one in the first quarter. Enal gives it up to Esguerra. 8 seconds on their shot clock. Herrera. He needs to move. Herrera for 3. No, but Enal is there for the rebound. In the first quarter, JRU had a +5 on the rebounding battle as Laurenaria finds his way in the baseline but misses. Enal with another putback. He's a workhorse on the boards for the Heavy Bombers. Moralejo, 2:45. Up top, that's Winters. And he will be called. Oh, there's a foul call there. So 2 free throws for Winters. Marky Winters at the line. Missing on the first. Second one is in. So that lead is back down to 1. Bit of pressure from the Pirates in the backcourt. Here's Garupil. He's up against Barba. They get it to the wing for 3. No. Rebound goes to the Pirates. Barba goes to the post. Triple is on the way from Versosa. And that goes in. So the Pirates have taken the lead, 25-23. 6 minutes and 44 to go here in the second quarter. Duque over to Enal. Going up against Moralejo. Garupil, baseline, floater is up and in. No team is able to break away. Barba Gives it up to Versosa. Thought about the three. Goes inside instead. Layup is up and in. So that's 5 points by Versosa. Salvador asked for the screen. Baseline drive up and in for Duque. Let's take another look at that play. Good pass also from Salvador. Duque umupo pa sa ere. And he will get a bonus free throw here. Too strong. Here's Gael Montaño. Gets it back. Here's Casino for three. Off the back iron. And Duque wants to go back door. Ball goes out of bounds and back to the Pirates. Casino wants to break this press. Montaño gets it through. Villegas, the Ndsl and the reverse. But it seems that he got hurt. He's limping a bit, going back to the other end. Touching up that right hip. Jab step, and the shot is up and in for Lozano. And Villegas really still feeling the effects of that bump earlier. Oh, the quick pass is tipped away. And ball will go back to the Heavy Bombers. And so Villegas will be given rest. Palingayan checking back into the game. Oh, Palingayan with a tip. And they swarm. Duque. Triple is no good. Daileg takes it inside but loses the ball on the pass. So Lozano, that is a dangerous foul as Salvador hits the floor. That was Montaño. He leaned back. As Lozano, that Salvador leaned into him as well on the layup. And our referees and our Commissioner Joel Ngo conferring here to determine what the call will be, as Salvador is still on the floor being attended to by our emergency response team. It is an unsportsmanlike foul, penalty 2 on Gael Montaño.
Holds under criteria number 2. That's his second personal foul.
The brunt of that impact was borne by his back, but he might have also hit his head. So Gael Montaño will have to sit for 3 minutes on the bench.
Sean Salvador.
Peña
2 free
Verde
throws for Leo Peña Verde.
will replace Salvador, who is still a little shaken up, being attended to by their own staff on the bench. You can see him there on your screen. The brunt of the impact really
14
borne by his
seconds
lower
on
back.
the shot clock.
I'm sure there was no ill will intended there by Gael Montaño. Umiwas nga siya, pero yun nga, naka-lean in din kasi si Salvador. Kaya yun yung nangyari. Parang nasahod ng di inaasahan. Lozano to Duque. Thought about the three. Gets in closer, but the shot is still off. Here's Casino. Back to Daileg. Barba from the 4-point line. Yes, sir! Ato Barba with his second triple. Lozano will go for the mid-range. Oh, two teammates going for that pass. Palingayan said that ball was intended for Casino. Hindi nakuha ni Matienzo yung memo. Duque, guarded by Casino. Peña Verde, drop. Shot is up and in for Jason Castillo. Two minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It is knotted up at 32 all. Losing the ball to the baseline was Daileg. It will now go back to the Heavy Bombers. Duque and Castillo check out. Garupil and Enal check back in. According to my statistics expert here, this is the 9th deadlock of the ball game. Lozano up top, gives it to Garupil. At the corner, shot is up. No. Daileg with the rebound, pushing it up. Gives it to Barba. Barba spins. Layup is up and in. Ato Barba providing much needed offense for the LPU Pirates. He's being harassed by two players now, Peña Verde and Sarmiento. Wanted to get it to Matienzo. Let's take another look at what he did earlier. Spinning away, not minding Enal, and getting that layup. Ato Barba. Garupil. They lose the ball. Here's Casino. Thankful for that whistle. He started his jump a little early. Most likely hoping that a whistle would be blown. He's now at the line. Richmond Casino misses on the first. Second free throws in, and there is an unsportsmanlike foul signaled by our referee. The Pirates are now up by 3, 35-32, with 1 minute and 22 seconds to go in the first half. They'll check something out in the replay, in the rebound. Kiskisan sa rebound. At mukhang may hammer fist. Ayun, may siko na lumabas tapos may hammer fist na pumasok. Hindi kita dito sa angulo na to kasi nakatutok yan kay Casino eh. And so, here's the official call.
Upon review, it's sportsmanlike foul on number 24, Jonathan Taylor. Falls under criteria number 2. Jonathan Taylor will have this in for 3 minutes.
So Sarmiento will now shoot 2 free throws. So what we did see on the replay was that there was a bit of an elbow also coming from Sarmiento, but it was the retaliation that got caught by our referees.
Ball possession of the JRU Heavy Bombers with 14 on the shot clock.
Both teams, whoever wants to win this will need to focus. All extracurriculars will need to be kept at a minimum. The attack, no good there from Peña Verde, but they get the offensive rebound. Ndsl is called for steps. Timeout is called on the floor. It's a 2-point lead for the LPU Pirates, 35-33. We'll be back. We've got 1 minute and 6 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's a 2-point lead for the Lyceum Pirates over the JRU Heavy Bombers. And I will keep on saying this, as I mentioned this at the top of the coverage, this is a very evenly matched game between these two teams. It will all be up to who can keep their head, who can focus up more, and basically who wants that semi-final seat more. Joel Parkon bringing you the action here at the Met Park Sports Center, part of the Met Park Cultural Hub here in Pasay City. If you're nearby, since it's a holiday, wala pong traffic. So, punta lang po kayo dito kung gusto nyo manood ng magandang aksyon. After nito, may isa pang laban sa 25 under. And then, mamaya, meron tayong do or die para sa last semifinal spot sa 19 under naman. Yung huling quarterfinal spot na paglalabanan sa 25 under, ay quarterfinals game pala, will be between St. Clair College and Emilio Aguinaldo College, as Peña Verde gets a layup and a foul there. Let's take another look at what happened. Peña Verde, change of pace, picks up a foul there from Renz Villegas. And katulad ng sabi ko, may 19 under din. Yun yung dulo. Lyceum ulit, kalaban ang Mapua. And matatawagan ng foul si Laurenaria.
Hand check foul number
Hand
8
check
on Lominone, his
called
second
by our referee.
wanted foul.
Here's Casino. Gives it to Matienzo. Over to the corner. Triple is up. No. Outside of Barba, wala gaanong ibang nakakapuntos mula sa labas dito sa parehong kupunan.
Foul number 16, Vin Sarmiento, his
Sarmiento called for the foul. Nasa penalty na.
2 free throws for
JRU. Well, parehong kupunan. They are in the penalty. Well, we've got less than 30 seconds to go in the quarter. It's a 1-point lead for JRU. Mintis yung unang free throw para dito kay Reyes. Zero for 2 from Reyes. Hindi ka nang ma-turn over doon ni Sarmiento yung bola. Garupay. They will use as much of the clock as they can. They're up by 1. Garupil. Oh, offensive foul called on Garupil. And a timeout is called by Lyceum. 7 seconds to go in the first half. We'll be back. As we take a look at some of the fans that are here to support their favorite teams, I think that these are fans of the JRU Heavy Bombers. So, yeah, these are fans of either team. So yun, kung malapit lang kayo, punta kayo dito sa Met Park Sports Center. Dito lang siya sa tapat. Malapit siya, sa tawid siya nung, yung malaking statwa dito sa malapit sa MOA. And Casino off the bank. The bank is open on a holiday as he gives Lyceum a 2-point lead heading into halftime, 38-36. Let's take a look at the move of the game. May iba pa kaya? That is Richmond Casino with a last-second three-pointer, giving the Lyceum University a 2-point lead. We'll be back for the second half. This is the NDSL Basketball Series 2025 second conference. And we're back here at the Met Park Sports Center for the continued coverage of the NDSL Basketball Series 2025 second conference quarterfinals matchup between the JRU Heavy Bombers and the LPU Pirates. First half ended with LPU up 38-36 over the Heavy Bombers. They were led by Ato Barba with 10 points, and he was ably assisted by Renz Villegas' 9. Meanwhile, on the other end, JRU, the Heavy Bombers, paced by Enal with 6 and Lea Peñaverde also with 6. And in terms of team stats, not a lot of difference except a lot of points in the paint for JRU, 28-18, and a lot of them were off of second chance points, 13-4 in favor of JRU. We had a total of 10 deadlocks in that first half, and I've been saying this from the top of the coverage. This is a very evenly matched ball game. Joel Parcon bringing you the action for this quarterfinals matchup. Well, all throughout today. All 5 games. We were in game number 3 of 5. Here's Renz Villegas behind the back pass. Montaño, nice entry pass to Aviles, but he couldn't make the first attempt. Inadvertently hit his teammate as well. Dave Paulo getting it in the eye. And Salvador is back in this ball game despite that bad fall in the second quarter. That's Moralejo missing from 3. 3-point shooting has really not been something that either team has done. LPU with 5 in the first half, JRU with none. Salvador missing, and he is slow to get back up. That lower back really bothering him. Aviles back to Montaño. Aviles, short hook is up and in. And timeout will be called by JRU. They're now down by, well, just by 4, 40-36. We'll be back. And the score is 40-36, 4-point lead for the Lyceum of the Philippines University Pirates over Jose Rizal University Heavy Bombers. We're glad that you could join us wherever you're streaming this game, either on the Facebook pages of Nudge Plus and the NDSL Basketball Series, or the YouTube channel of Nudge Plus. The rains have subsided outside. Montaño missing on the 3. Gael Montaño has not really gotten anything going. He did not score in the first half and was even called for that unsportsmanlike foul that forced him to sit down for 3 minutes. Backdoor play, Laurenaria. The pass from Peñaverde was a little too strong. Villegas Bring down the ball. Gave it up to Montaño. Here's Paulo. Back to Montaño. Thought about the three. Drops it off to Aviles. Shot is wide right. Laurenaria getting that rebound. Layup is up. Foul will be called on Aviles off of that floater by Garupil. And that will force the big man to sit down once again, as he has picked up his third. Or maybe the bench of LPU will gamble on him not picking up his fourth. Here's Garupil. Missing on the second, but they get the offensive rebound. The Heavy Bombers enjoying a +7 rebound advantage in that first half. Benitez, who did not see action in the second quarter, immediately with the impact. Paulo spots up for the jumper. Too strong. Villegas is there to pick it up. Ball will go back to the yellow shirts. Renz Villegas scored 9 points in the first half. Oh, there's a challenge by the LPU Pirates off of that out of bounds play. Let's take another look. This is Villegas and I believe that's Peña Verde. That was the last contact. We'll need to take. So Peña Verde tipped it down. And yeah, so it was a tip down by Peña Verde and Villegas tipped it out. So the challenge is unsuccessful. So ball with JRU. They're down by 2, 40-38, 6 minutes and 24 to go here in the third quarter. Lozano to the corner. Peña Verde for 3. No. Rebound. No good for Laurenaria, but Lance Benitez. That is the 11th deadlock of this ball game. Garupil asking Lozano to pop out. They've got 10 seconds on their shot clock. Here's Peña Verde. Tries to create, spins, gets a foul and the basket. Lea Peña Verde getting the better of Renz Villegas there. Let's take another look. Went baseline, spins back inside, picks up a foul, and the basket. Either team waiting for that one strong burst to pull ahead. And Peña Verde I believe he will be called for the technical foul on faking a foul there. Again, for the team that wants to win this, the team that wins this will be the one who will focus up better and will keep all the extracurriculars at a minimum. Renz Villegas. Missing on the technical free throw. Five minutes and 32 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Moralejo calling for the thumbs down play. They swing it over to Barba. Oh, miscommunication there. Free layup for Garupe. Again, almost a miscue. And a steal by Peña Verde. Underneath, that's Lance Benitez. That 7-0 run prompts this timeout by the LPU Pirates. 5 minutes and 1 second to go in the third quarter. We'll be back. And the JRU Heavy Bombers with a scoring surge here. They're now up by 7, 47-40. Here's Barba. He will attack the left-hand layup. No good. Ball goes out of bounds. And referees say it will stay with the Pirates. Substitution. Benitez checks out. Esguerra in. Moralejo. Over to Villegas. Asking for a screen. Doesn't use it. Villegas misses on the midi. Duque pushes it up. Lorenaria sails with a jelly. No good. Esguerra is fouled on his putback attempt.
Calling for 24, Jonathan Dayan. That's his second personal foul.
And Barba, you can see, gathering his troops. He is the team captain of the Pirates, as Esguerra misses on his first free throw. Second one is off. Here's Moralejo. Immediate double team as soon as he crossed the half-court line, and that forces this turnover. Peña Verde sailing to the basket. Versosa up against Esguerra. Nice cut, but there's Enal with the block. And Lorenaria denied there. The ball will go back to the Pirates. Couple of substitutions. Palingayan in for the Pirates, and that is Herrera for the Heavy Bombers. Here's Palingayan, gets a screen. Over to Barba. Dileg, fakes right, goes left, stripped. Here's Peñaverde, challenged by Dileg. No call there. Ball goes out of bounds and will stay with Lyceum. Montaño and Casino will check in for Dileg and Moralejo. Here's the press by the Heavy Bombers. They're doubling whoever has the ball. Versosa kicks it out. Barba forced to give it up. 6 seconds on the shot clock from 3. No. Ball bounces the way of the yellow shirts. Garupil. Over to Duque. He will try it from the outside. That's short. Barba, he's got 4 yellow shirts in front of him. Doesn't matter, goes up anyway. And will pick up a foul.
Foul number 4, Jay Garupil, his second. 2 free throws for
Ato Barba, 10 points, and 2 assists in the first half. Saw Garupil in front of him, said that I can take this challenge. First free throw goes in. One out of 2, cutting that lead down to 8. Garupil gets it to Duque. Duque calming everyone down. Here's Enal. No, I wanted to go back door to Duque, but defense was there. Barba, they get it to the corner. Montaño, that's going to be short. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Herrera sees a lane, is fouled by Montaño.
Foul number 13, Dom Montaño, that's his third personal foul.
Gael Montaño just really has not been effective this ball game.
2 free throws for Herrera.
Harry Herrera going to the line. Too strong on the first. And short on the second. Rebound went to Versosa. Here's Casino eluding defenders. Up and in with the layup. Good quick attack from the Pirates. And turnover, almost either at an 8-second violation but they turned it over anyway. Here's Casino, wanted to attack baseline. They've got 14 seconds on their shot clock. Barba, and that will be a foul on Garupil, pushing into the screen. The energy of Richmond Casino breathing life into this Pirates squad. Here's Palingayan. They get it to Montaño for 3. Just licks the rim and goes out. 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Duque, he will try once again from that spot. Off the iron. Casino, open court. Layup is off. And here's Garupil. He's fouled and gets the basket. Versosa took a spill in their court, and he was being helped by, let's take another look at what transpired. Garupil with that layup. So on the other end, Versosa had taken a spill and Palingayan was trying to help him up, but Versosa saying, you should go down on D. Don't worry about me. Renz Villegas checking into the game for Versosa. Oh wait, who is he checking in for? Palingayan. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Casino. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Horns play. Steal by Garupil. Garupil, lefty layup to end the quarter, giving them, the JRU Heavy Bombers, an 11-point lead, 54-43. JRU pulling ahead here in this quarter after that 7-0 burst, after that 11th deadlock at 40 all. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. This is the NDSL Basketball Series 2025. As we begin the fourth quarter, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Daig, Spalding, our official ball, Finn Cotton, Don Benito, ang Pampansang Kasaba, Fresh Kicks, our media partner, Basketball Republic, and our broadcast partner, Nudge Plus. This is, of course, the second conference of the National Developmental Sports League Basketball Series 2025. And this is the 25 under division quarterfinals matchup between the Lyceum Pirates and the JRU Heavy Bombers. JRU enjoying an 11-point lead as we begin this fourth quarter. And ball will go back to the Heavy Bombers. They took control of this ball game after that 40-all deadlock. Went on a 7-0 run and have kept up the pace. Shot rattles out. Montaño, he has been ineffective this game. Still nothing there. Clash of players. That's Daig from LPU and I think that's Duque from JRU. Daig clutching on to his midsection. And there will be a mandatory substitution. Dileg has been doing pretty well. 4 points, 6 rebounds on 2 of 3 shooting. Here's Duque bringing down the ball. Garupil swings it over to Duque. Gets a screen from Enal. Duque. The Pinoy step. Up and good. Yuri Duque with the layup. They're now up by 13, 56 to 43. Let's take a look at what he did there. Pinoy step to the right-handed layup, but misses on the bonus. Here's Moralejo. Attacks, is fouled, swarmed, smothered, and abused. Moralejo at the line for 2. First one is off. One for 2 for Moralejo. Cutting that lead down to 12. 8 minutes and 20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Just like the Heavy Bombers in the third, the Pirates will need a push here in the fourth to make things interesting. Ball stolen by Villegas. 4-on-3 break. That's up and in for Moralejo. And immediately acknowledging the pass from Renz Villegas. Here's Duque asking for the screen from Enal. And offensive foul underneath. Enal will be called for the foul. Here's Montaño, gives it to Versosa. Right back to him. Loses the ball. And foul will be called on Montaño. That, I believe, is his fourth. Oh, his fifth. So he finishes this ball game with no points and 2 assists. An off game for Gael Montaño. Jay Garupil gets it to Paul Enal. Peñaverde asking for the ball. He's up against Renz Villegas. Switch. Moralejo now on him. And that is a foul on Peñaverde, holding on to the jersey of Moralejo.
Offensive foul number 44, Peñaverde, his third personal foul.
Score is 56 to 46. 10-point lead for the JRU Heavy Bombers. Winters has checked back into this ball game. Versosa spins. Gives it up three-pointer is no good for Panapanaan. LPU looking for a magic combination of players. Tatlong magic bunot yan. As ball will go out of bounds. Will stay with the yellow shirts.
Substitution.
Ato Barba checking back into the game for Moralejo. Peñaverde for three. No. Up ahead is Villegas. Peñaverde just doing enough to bother that, not give up the easy two. Barba will shoot. Short. Rebound goes to Peñaverde. Up ahead was Garupil, but he gives it up to Laurenaria, who misses. Benitez is fouled from behind.
Ball number 27. Fuentes, his second personal foul. Substitution.
So that will be the second foul.
2 free throws for Lance Benitez.
Lyceum already in the penalty. Benitez misses on the first free throw. Benitez started this ball game for the JRU Heavy Bombers, and has scored 8 points to go with 8 rebounds. Now has 9. Panapanaan gets it to Barba. Here's Barba once again. Fouled by Enal.
Ball number 33. Ball and on his third personal foul.
And substitution.
Foul for the Heavy Bombers. Substitution.
Sarmiento will check in for Enal.
14 on the shot clock.
Marky Winters. Oh, that pass was to whom it may concern. To quote one of our esteemed colleagues, Bill Velasco. And the JRU Heavy Bombers are still up by 11, 57-46. 5.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Bad pass, picked up by Palingayan. On the second attempt, no whistle. And it will go to JRU. Palingayan saying that he was being hooked by Peñaverde on that drive. Here's Garupil. Over to Sarmiento. Laurenaria attacks. Laurenaria smothered by Barba. Ball is still in play. Peñaverde no good. Barba with the rebound. Here's Moralejo over to Daileg for three. No. On the rebound, there's a push by Laurenaria.
Pushing foul on the break. On Laurenaria, that's his third personal foul. Penalty.
And both teams now in the penalty. A welcome development for Lyceum. First one goes in for Josh Moralejo. They need to make a move now. Here's Garupil across the timeline. And Laurenaria asking for it. He's got the smaller defender against him. And ball will go to Lyceum. Substitutions for JRU. Duque is back in the game. Palingayan. They get it to the corner. Moralejo for three. Yes, sir! And that is something that they will definitely need. Lead is down to 7 points. Lozano up top. Gets it back to Peña Verde. Screen offered. Staggered. Peña Verde, the layup is up and in. Palingayan for three. No. They have not been hitting their outside shots. Actually, both teams have not been hitting their outside shots. I don't even think that JRU has a single made triple. Here's Peña Verde inside once again. And Lea Peña Verde showing the way for the heavy bombers. Moralejo, yes sir! That's his second for the quarter. Not letting JRU out of their sight. And that is an offensive foul called on Yuri Duque. Let's take another look at what happened there. And Yuri Duque hooking etong si Joshua Moralejo. Here's Barba. Gets it back to Villegas. Inside. Versosa. Smothered. Villegas. Quick pass. Dileg is called. No, there's a 3-second or traveling violation called on Dileg. Ganda na sana nung pasa ni Villegas sa kanya. 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The Heavy Bombers are not yet out of the woods. The Pirates can still make a run. Lozano for three. Yes! What a time to make their first triple. Just when they needed it to pull away once again. Villegas. They get it to Barba. The immediate double team. Dileg for three. No! And on the rebound, that's a foul on Duque. Versosa not liking that. Has some choice words for Yuri Duque. His teammates telling him to just play on. He will take 2 free throws. First one is too strong. Both free throw shots are too strong, and there's a holding foul on Sarmiento on Dileg. So it's now Dileg's turn to shoot some free throws.
Substitution. 2 free throws for Jonathan Dileg.
As Jen Aviles has checked back into this game. leg cuts that lead down to 9. Less than 2 minutes to go here in
Substitution.
the fourth quarter. 1-2-1-1 press by the Pirates. Lozano receiving the ball as the gut. Finally breathes a sigh of relief as he's able to release that ball to Duque. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Duque dancing. Duque attacking. Duque shooting and is fouled. Foul, I believe, will be called on Renz Villegas.
Both teams are lost of serve on our bench. They call
Things heating up now.
There will be a review on the last sequence of play.
Let's take another look at what happened there. Here's Duque on the attack and the swipe by Renz Villegas. One last look by our officials on the replay. So here's the official announcement. It is an unsportsmanlike foul on Renz Villegas.
Upon review, unsportsmanlike foul on number 20, Renz Villegas. Falls on the gradient number 2. That's his second personal foul.
So it falls under the criteria penalty 2. And Renz Villegas will have to sit out for the rest of this ball game. Because it is an unsportsmanlike foul. Palingayan will check in for Renz Villegas. Villegas will finish this game with 9 points and 5 rebounds. 4 out of 8 from the field. Duque misses on the second. 1 out of 2 on that trip.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Here's Garupil. Triggering the inbound. Gets it right back. Duque. Over to the corner. Peña Verde. Bounces over and out. Timeout is called by the Lyceum Pirates. We'll be back. 34 seconds to go here in the quarter. 10-point lead for the JRU Heavy Bombers. Moralejo pulls up from 3. Off. Rebound goes to Duque. Garupil will bring it down. "60 seconds to go. Here's Peña Verde, another spin move and another basket. That right just about seals the win for the JRU Heavy Bombers. They will go to the semifinals in the 25 under division of the NDSL Basketball Series 2025. It was close up until that third quarter where the Heavy Bombers went on a 7-0 run to break that 40-all deadlock. And ball is live. And from then on, they didn't look back. Moralejo from the corner. Yes, sir! And Duque pitches it forward to Sarmiento. Hounded by Aviles. And Peña Verde will just hold on to it. And the JRU Heavy Bombers take this game 67-58, a 9-point win for the young men of Jose Rizal University. As we're taking a look at some highlights from our player of the game, none other than Lea Peña Verde. Here's the move of the game. That spin move by Lea Peña Verde. And here are more highlights. Sailing to the basket, scoring a total of 17 points with 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. He leads the JRU Heavy Bombers to the semifinals. That's our player of the game, Lea Peña Verde. Up next, we've got the Emilio Aguinaldo College Generals, and they will go up against... They are going up against the St. Clair College Saints. That is the last quarterfinals matchup here in the 25 under division. And we hope to see you for that game. This is Joel Parcon, and this is the National Developmental Sports League Basketball Series 2025.